much, Yang Jie, for sharing about your work. And now you want to Si Hui to share about the prototypes that she creates before she creates her final novel sculpture. Over to you, Si Hui.
Yeah, so all the pieces on this table are like my studies from the last few years, accumulation of all the processes. So before I sculpt in marble, it's crucial that I make prototypes to like for one to test out the ratio to see if it visualize in form as well as I thought. And then there's also the very practical reason which like there's all these remnants of the drafting lines on the styrofoam pieces. So they are done in the exact same steps as I would approach a block of stone. So yeah, so not all of these prototypes have materialized into like actual works yet, but from time to time I revisit some of the older pieces, and not that it immediately inspires me to stuck it in stone, but sometimes the general idea like behind each design, sometimes they stuck me to develop a series of like say a few more prototypes, which is kind of how I group them along this long table. So they like in different groups they are kind of made around the same time, following the same like core idea and kind of different interpretations of the same thought process.
You were talking about you grouping them. It comes in groups, is it? Like it's a group like all within the same time period, or
Yeah, some of them like follow the same idea. So there's some series which is a few spheres either coming together or coming apart, and then there's some here that's like the idea came from when I'm making a sphere from a tube. So it occurs to me what happens if I left one edge and then 2 edge, 3 edge, 4 edge. So it's a slow like deconstruction of both the cube and the sphere and each. So some of these just in a way they just satisfy your curiosity, like what if like how does a sphere with a 4-sided edge looks like. Yeah. So some of them are like easier to visualize, which like testing different ratios. So I was working with a teardrop sheet for each for this work that I'm doing. So these 3 prototypes are basically testing like how to blend the cone and the semi-sphere at the bottom, and then testing the drop itself and how deep should the depth of the sphere go.
is there a start of your like this is the earlier series? Is it? No, there's no start. There's no end. Or this is the piece that you started with? The earlier pieces.
I think that my earlier like I would say all these are in the middle. In my very earlier ones, I used to make prototypes, but then they kind of look the same, and I used to completely send them to pure white in a way to visualize it better. Like when I take photos, like it kind of resembles like marble more, and some of them are like pairings or series, so I can visualize better. But then after a while, I realized like keeping the lines in text in a way like it helps to explain my process like partly. Then it kind of I came to appreciate like the way it looks like now, because when I sculpt in stone, usually the last step of the process is always just erasing
Oh, your marks,
the
right?
marks, yeah.
Do you share more about the graph of grid lines?
The lines, yeah.
Types?
So the lines on all of these pieces all serve functional purpose. Like if you see a form like this, it came from a rectangular block. That's if you look at it in a cross section, so it's from a square to octagon to a
16 form.
Yeah. So like from like cutting a cube to an octagon, so you draw about 8 lines and you shape it off. So there's all these lines are like the remnants of all the cuts that the form went.
So the lines are left behind after the drawing.
Yeah.
It all looks very mathematical. Do you have your sketchbook with like math formula? How many lines am I going to cut here? Do you actually do that?
Yeah. All the pieces, because I hand cut it from a larger block of styrofoam, so the diameter usually varies. Like some could be 5.5 cm in diameter, some is 4.5. So like the differences are small, but generally I do my calculations in a sketchbook. Like
I want to see a sketchbook.
yeah. So it's quite repetitive. Like it's just there's a formula I follow it by hand each time.
So you draft it with like math set and
Yeah.
you usually do that whole process lah.
Yeah, so I use a compass to draw a circle and a square, and then you measure out how much you trim more to meet the object.
Yeah, and her calculations are shown in our link. It's also available for sale. But you also can see the calculations. And then these are more information about how she makes these photographs.
As this is the draft of the idea of what you try to prepare for the marble sculpture before the actual execution, right? And after a very big, we consider as a huge series of work for the past 2 years, will you foresee that there is a chance to apply to the actual marble sculpture? My question is that the same concept, the same idea, but will you foresee that there is a possibility to apply the exact production method on actual marble sculpture?
Also leave the lines behind.
Yeah. That's why I asked you that question is, will you foresee that rather than strongly suggested? It's not towards
I
that.
don't think so. The thing about marble is like it goes through like as it goes through a lot of the sanding process, like from coarse to fine, like sandpaper or these tools. The color of the stone like darkens or deepens, or it brings out some of the quality of the stone. So like I do see beauty in this form, but like for marble work, I tend to prefer like the natural qualities of the stone itself, and part of it comes from like how polished and how fine it goes. So I don't think so for now. Maybe
Polishing process will same.
maybe in another.
Because to me, it's a black granite, right? If you have all the chisel marks on it, it's white. But those black over in between, if you just slightly highlight it will be black. So I thought that is the line could be quite interesting because it's still incomplete, but at the same time, it introduces the overall concept as the moment, as in progress.
Will you ever cut in other mediums? Other than marble? Or you just love marble, like first love or the only love in your life?
To be honest, marble is quite popular also, but then in my I did like here and there like work in wood and other things. So I find marble like more bearable than
We have to have another talk about it. But it is a material relationship you have with marble, right?
Yeah. It's a funny quality, like it's hard and then like much denser than wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like once you reach the initial cut, it's easier to chip an entire chunk or in just in one motion. Yeah, so for me, wood is kind of a
I think you guys are very, very good at carving marble.
Yes, I think so.
Any more questions?
Can I ask a very evil question? Why show us your sketches? Why show us your sketches?
yeah.
As in, usually you in artwork, like you show a finished work, or not a work in progress, but this is like even before work in progress. So why do you show us your sketches?
Yeah, so all of these I just hold on to all the prototypes and sketches I've made for a long time. So like whenever someone asks me about the process or when I'm trying to explain something, I always refer back to all these or like or that it can be a question of where does the idea come from. Sometimes it doesn't really come from anywhere. It's just like an idea that came from another idea that came from another idea. So yeah, so when I think of it in this regeneration context, there's a few ways to seeing it, like from the material approach, which is for me it's always about using offcuts and discarded stone from factories. And then there's for me it's also the core of the concept itself that there's no, like I can't tell anymore like which is the beginning. So it's always kind of one thing that links to the other. So the
Chain of ideas.
kind of yeah.
I remember you were talking to me about like the stream of consciousness thing. I think it was another show. Is it something along that lines? Like it's a whole string of ideas that has led you to this point of making smart points.
Yeah. Like sometimes in a group show, you only exhibit like one word, but in my making process, I see everything how it links together as a whole body, like across the last 5-10 years, like everything, like even if it's like physically quite different, kind of all links and like relates to each other. Yeah.
So in other words, this work it's an answer to all those questions with me asking you how you do this, how you do that. So it's
a way to.
It's not an easy answer to question to answer, right? How you come up with an idea.
Yeah.
So I think showing sketches is to show the evolution of how a form is derived. Like you said, it's something that comes out from the process rather than a final form.
Yeah.
Like you take two spheres and you put them together, and while doing that, you see something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also remember that you say you prefer this process more than the marble carving process. Is that true? Like you prefer this process more, and that's why showing that it's very precious. That I get to see the process most precious.
Yeah, like this is I would say this is the more experimental part. Like sometimes when you work with like stone, and I imagine in other materials as well, like process is so long and so hard, and so it takes so much time and effort to make something that you do not want to risk any mistake, or like risk like correcting something down the line. So like in the prototypes process, like it's one of the more freeing. Like if there's any mistakes, I can really start over again, or like sometimes I keep it at ease as well, like it's, and then to see if I can transform something to another. Sometimes I did some like some of these, I cut into half and then like say join them by like rotating like 90 or like 50 and mirror it. Like so it's this process is like instant and faster and less stressful.
Yeah, that's good. Especially since marble so expensive.
Alright, thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.